Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So as you may know, if you're a subscriber of mine, you've seen a review of the Walkera Rodeo 110 here. I did it in the park. And I was having some video FPV issues, and I think I've kind of narrowed it down. I've been having some FPV issues with a lot of the quads I test over here in the park. And what I went ahead and did was I think I narrowed it down to these Fat Shark goggles that have a 32 channel module in the goggles here, because I've just recently picked up these Commander goggles, V1 goggles from AOMWAY, and these look like these are a really good alternative to like Fat Shark Dominator type of goggles. They have you know, a DVR in there where you can just pop in your SD card here, you can record, you can switch between different modes. They have a built-in fan here, they have an IPD adjustment, and they have an HDMI in, S-video in, audio out, all kinds of stuff. So really good set of goggles. And the thing that's so cool about these is they also have a 40 channel receiver in them that has a scanner, so it'll scan and give you the best possible signal that you can have. Plus it's dual antenna. I don't think it's diversity, but you know, it has two antennas there to give you better coverage. And I think I've actually eliminated my FPV problem I was having by using these. Since they do have the 40 channels, you're able to pick up all the channels that a lot of these quadcopters, even toy quads that shoot out 5.8 gigahertz can deliver, and this will pick them all up. So I'm really liking these goggles. I'll go ahead and have the link to these in the description if you're interested in checking out these AOMWAYs. But I just wanted to do another flight with the Rodeo 110 just to show you that apparently it wasn't the Rodeo, it was my goggle setup. And I'm going to go ahead and record this, do a quick little flight around the house here, and just show you how good this thing can be with when you're tuned in and your FPV setup is working correctly. I haven't changed anything. This is the same setup I had at the park. I haven't even changed any channels on here. No FPV channel changes. I have a few dings in the blades here from hitting the chain link fence when I did my initial review on this. And I'm just going to go ahead and fly it. It flies pretty good, and let's see how it does. So I'm going to slap on the goggles here. Let's go for a flight. Okay, so here we go. Turning on the controller first, then going ahead and plugging in the little 110. You can hear it go ahead and bind to the controller. Plugging in the FPV goggles. Cool thing about these goggles is they give you a beep when they're plugged in too. Okay, so I'm just slapping on the goggles, and then it's actually, if you hold in the right top joystick, it starts to show you the record icon, and you just press it once and it starts the recording. So it should be recording on the screen. I went ahead and just auto-tuned it to the channel that was the highest output, and so this should be the one. Ready to go. Super simple. I didn't have to switch any channels or frequencies. It did it all by itself. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of start off in acro mode. Let's go ahead and arm left stick to the down bottom corner. You're going to hear a beep. Now let's go and fly this thing. So this is the stock battery here, and I'm not going to fly super quick because I'm around my house, but I'm going to just kind of fly so you can see the FPV even out in the road here and around the back side of the house. You can see that it's getting a little bit scratchy. Whoa, but nothing major. Let's come around the other way. I'm in acro, and I'm just, you know, unless you're flying acro all the time, you're going to get a little bit out of practice. And you can see that we're having no range issues. I better slow down a little bit. I might crash into the house. Let me get down here. But you can see how good this thing flies and how decent the FPV is when it is working correctly. Just minimal breakup going around the back side of the house. You know what I mean? So ultimately, this thing is really performing well. This is like a rejuvenated enjoyment for the 110 because I have FPV that's working. Watch out for that pool. I've dunked a couple of my quads in there. Whoa. So you can see me and acro are still not the best of friends. Let's do a couple flips, punching up, some flipping. Let's not get too far away from the house here. So you can see how enjoyable this can be, and only when I'm around the house there as I get some breakup. Let's go into this kind of vacant field here. So you can see already how much better it is than my park review because the FPV setup is working great. So really having lots of fun, super enjoyable. Whoa. Punch out a little bit, and this one has good power for a 2S. This is only 7.4 volt in the Rodeo, and you can see me punching up when I get in trouble. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the best acro flyer. Punch out, and you can get out of situations even on this little 2S battery that's included with this thing. Now this thing will run on, I better slow down. Let me slow down a little bit, take it a little easier and do some more closer proximity flying if I can. I do have the camera tilted up a bit, so it's a little harder to go slow. Let's see what I can do. So what I was saying is this thing will handle 3S, and I did a little demo of that in my original review park flight. And it did pretty good. There was a little flutter on punching, but you know, overall, overall pretty good. So here's what you can expect. I'm just flying acro around my house. Again, I'm not a professional flyer by any means. Oh, I slammed into the grass. Let's try to relaunch. Nope. Let me go grab that and let's finish up this battery real quick. So you could hear when, I think it did sit there for like 10 seconds. You hear those two beeps. It's like, it's kind of beeping slowly, and then you hear two beeps, and then it disarms itself if it's just sitting there for 10 seconds. So that's actually a good feature. I don't think I covered that in my initial review, so pretty cool. So this is a definitely totally rejuvenated joy for this craft. I did not do it justice in the first review because my FPV setup was not working. So what I'm going to be doing is revisiting all these ones I had problems with that Fat Shark setup and redoing those videos kind of like this one. So go ahead and tune into those ones. They'll be coming out. But let's just go ahead and continue on with this one. Let's go ahead and rearm and just fly this battery out. It should beep pretty loud when the battery is getting super low. Looks like I may have a little bit of smudging on the screen. I should have wiped the lens because I kind of like cut up the grass a little bit. But you can fly. Look how slow you can fly. Let's try to go under here. Whoops. So I'm going to go ahead and flatten out the camera all the way flat so I can do a little bit of maybe closer proximity flying.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed that while it lasted, because right when I move the camera here to kind of get it down straight, it seems like I have no more FPV. Went ahead and did another scan on this guy, and all I'm getting is black from this thing. So I may have possibly, just from rotating the camera up and down, it might be so delicate that maybe a wire broke inside there, or the FPV just kind of crapped out. So fixed one problem and another one kind of arose. So you know, this thing might be a little bit finicky and fragile in the FPV realm. So you know, I thought I really had it down, but apparently this one may still need some work with possibly overheating the VTX inside there, or just the way they have this camera connected inside with the cables and stuff. It may be just a little bit too delicate. But anyway, for what it is, it did work good for a few minutes there. I was having a great time with it. So I'll probably take it apart and see if I can figure out what that was. But I don't know what happened, guys. But anyway, for what it was, thanks for tuning in to this kind of revamp of the 110, even though we're having other problems. But I'm really liking these goggles. I'm going to be using these goggles in all of my reviews now with my FPV stuffs, because they do have a DVR in here, and they seem really good. I'll have had the footage from this up on the screen so you can kind of see the video. This is probably going to be my next go-to goggles. I like them better now than the Dominator Fat Sharks, because they look, I like the gray color too, and they're also a little bit slimmer as well. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.